Yep, it's finally time to retire my 990s. If you've always wanted the Beyerdynamic DT 990, you waited for the right time. This new version, the 990 Pro X, is here, and it's only a few bucks more. And you get the detachable cable and some subtle sound improvements, and I honestly think the Pro X is the one most people should buy. Now, I've used the 990s for years and recommended them in a bunch of my videos, but here's the thing. Some people use these headphones completely wrong. I'll explain why and what they're really for. Now, I started off with the DT 770 Pros, the closed back version. And when I first got them, I couldn't believe how much I loved them. They were the first headphones that made me feel like I could actually hear minute details in my mixes. After that, I picked up the 990s and started recommending them to anyone who was looking for an open back headphone for their studio. With these, you get that wider sound, and they've been in so many of my videos over the years, just a solid, reliable tool I keep going back to. So when I heard they were updating them, I was a bit nervous at first. But after spending time with the new 990 Pro X, I can honestly say this version keeps everything I liked and improves just enough to make them the one I recommend now. So yes, these are the ones to buy. Now, what was changed? By the way, Beyerdynamic sent me these headphones, but they have no say in what I'm talking about in this video. Okay, so the biggest upgrade is the detachable cable. It uses a mini XLR. Now this means that if your cable goes bad, or if you just want a longer one or a different one, you can easily swap this out. That's been something people have wanted for years. Now, these come with a straight cable, and many people like the straight cables more than the coiled ones on the original 990. They've also made some small updates to the comfort and build. The headband feels a bit more flexible, and the velour pads are about the same, maybe a little bit more breathable. It's kind of hard to tell. But then there's the sound. It's still that classic 990 sound. The stereo image is nice, detailed highs, but to my ears, the Pro X version smooths out just a little bit of that upper treble edge that some people found harsh. It still has a bit of a bite at 8 kilohertz, but it feels a little bit more refined. It's not a huge change, and you may not even notice it side by side with the old one. The driver has been updated to a 45mm stellar driver, which honestly doesn't mean much in terms of sound, but it's worth noting that these new ones are now 48 ohms. That means they're going to be nice and loud even if you're connecting them straight into your laptop or a phone. The original 990 Pro comes in 80 ohms or 250 ohms, so if you really want the higher impedance, you have that option. But honestly, I don't know why you would. This is the better headphone. And by the way, if you're interested in these headphones, I'll link them below. Okay, so I said that a lot of people use these wrong. Here's why. These aren't balanced, flat headphones for making EQ decisions to level your mix. What they're great at is helping you find problems. The high end is boosted, especially around that 8 kilohertz, and that's actually helpful when you're trying to catch harshness in vocals or sibilants or cymbals that cut through too much. So if you're mixing on monitors or more neutral headphones first, these are the ones to switch to when you want to do some fine detailed work. That's how I use them, and that's why they've stayed in my studio for all these years. They are not going to replace your studio monitors. No way. But I don't think that's what they've been going for all these years. By the way, if you're looking for something that is good for helping you mix, the Beyerdynamic 900 Pro X is something you should consider. So yeah, another great way to use these is if you already have the DT 770s, you'll have the open back version that gives you the same familiar sound you're used to from that closed back 770. Now, the part that I really like is the price. The DT 990 Pro X only costs a little bit more than the 990 Pro for the detachable cable, the updated body, and in my opinion, a little bit more refined sound. That's a no-brainer. If you were thinking about getting the 990s, you should basically just go for this one. You're getting a better version of the same sound without needing to spend a whole lot more. Okay, so how about some pros and cons. Before we get to that, do you know how easy it is to get your music out there to the world? You can do it yourself with DistroKid, the sponsor of today's video. DistroKid lets you upload your music to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora, Amazon, pretty much everywhere. Best of all, they make it really easy. Just upload your track, add some artwork, and they do the rest. DistroKid also collects earnings for you when your listeners play or purchase your music, and they help you market your music with tools built right in. A hyperfollow page lets you share your latest music with your friends on Facebook or anywhere you can share a link, and they can easily follow you to get notified of your upcoming releases. I've actually created 2 dedicated videos in DistroKid to give you all the details about it. You can watch those videos right here. And if you're ready to sign up, I'll include a link below to give you 7% off your first year of membership. All right, pros and cons. There's a lot to like here. These have been around forever. People are familiar with this sound, and now you get that detachable cable, which adds some peace of mind. The comfort is still good, and the sound is just as it was before. So how about some cons then? Well, there is that boost in the high end, and it's still there with this new version. And for some people, especially if you're new to open back headphones, it can sound harsh until you kind of adjust your ears to it. And just remember, you need to learn how to do that. If you want something more neutral for balancing your mix, the Sennheiser HD490 Pro is a great open back option. It doesn't hype any particular frequency, so it's better for making EQ decisions. And of course, Beyerdynamic makes the 900 Pro X, which is also, I think, better for mixing. But you are going to spend a little bit more on those headphones. Now, if you're thinking of upgrading some things in your studio, consider signing up for my buyer's guide, which will be coming out soon. You can sign up below. If you're in the market for open back headphones, I've made a video reviewing the best mid-range open back headphones. You can watch that right here. Keep making the music you love, and I'll see you soon.